very comfortable Saturday afternoon for opening day here at Frazier Field in Louisburg, North Carolina. Hurricanes baseball set to start their 2025 regular season campaign with a good crowd on the 1st of February and the first divisional matchup for the season. Louisburg playing host to Bryant Stratton out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. And the action coming to you live from behind the backstop on the Louisburg Sports Network via YouTube. Good afternoon and welcome to Hurricanes Baseball. I'm Bill Martone. Hurricanes head coach Blake Herring and Bobcats head coach Paul Batigliario, both starting their 10th season with their respective organizations, will face off in a 2-game set today here in Lewisburg, followed by the rubber match on Sunday at Trant Field in Virginia Beach, Virginia. The Hurricanes and Bobcats finished the 2024 regular season in 3rd and 4th places respectively. Which team will take Game 1 of the regular season 3-game set? Stay tuned for a 9-inning decision here on the Louisburg Sports Network after the break. Hurricanes Baseball brought to you in part by Johnny's Barbecue, located in Louisburg, North Carolina, offering authentic Eastern North Carolina whole hog barbecue. And Mangum Insurance Agency with offices in Coates and Dunn, North Carolina, products and services for each and every situation, as well as Murphy Hay and Feed, feeding farms, families, and the community for over 30 years. Welcome back to live action as the Canes taking Fraser Field for the first time in the 2025 spring season. Coach Herring and the Hurricanes looking to start the season with a win with Casey Colbreth. And the Hurricanes having taken the field. Leading off for the Bobcats, Zapata, Bishop, and Melendez in the top three spots, followed by Johnson, Dahl, and Jay Smith in the middle of the lineup. And at the bottom, C. Smith, Fuller, and Malone. We'll try to give some context as to the Bobcats players as the broadcast carries on. Two umpires on the field in this first season National Junior College Athletic Association match for the Hurricanes and the Bobcats. Quick look at the Hurricanes' starting defense presented by Johnson and Lamb. You've got in left field, James Green, Stephen Kreiner in middle, and Nick Labello in right. And around the infield from third to first, Kenny Shadle, Evan Slewinski, Colin Cusick, and Anthony Jones. Catching for Casey Colbreth is Ty Costello. And Zapata stepping in for the first bat of the game and for the Bobcats. Colbreth deals a fastball for a called strike, and we are underway. (0-2) on the leadoff batter to start the first game of the season. Third pitched. Skied in the opposite direction. Nelson Zapata, Dominican Republic, Rocky River High School, 6'2" freshman for the Bobcats. Colbreth's breaking ball high and away. 2-2 count. Zapata fights off the next pitch. Breaking ball gets the leadoff batter. One out to start the game. Top of the first inning here at Fraser Field, Louisburg, North Carolina. Thank you for joining us on the Louisburg Sports Network. Bishop, the second batter for the Bobcats. Left-hander. One ball, one strike on the second batter with one out, nobody on. Colbreth deals, swing and a miss. And that's three, fans him. Quick 2 outs for the sophomore Colbreth and the Hurricanes. First pitch to Melendez, low and away. Costello with the block. Diego Melendez, sophomore, 6 foot. Shortstop, straight back at Colbreth off his glove. Cusack won't have enough time to charge before Melendez reaches. Hard struck right up the middle. 2 outs with a runner on first. And the pickoff gets him. Colbreth makes it 3 with a quick move over to first base. So the Bobcats fall in order 1, 2, 3. When they come back up at the top of the second, it will be Dahl, Smith, and Smith. Right now, however, at the top of the lineup for the Hurricanes, you're Nick Labello, Tay Costello, and Kenny Shadle. Welcome back to Hurricanes Baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network here at Frazier Field in Louisburg, North Carolina. If you're just joining us, you missed a 1-2-3 top of the first inning by Casey Colbreth as he struck out the first 2 batters, Zapata and Bishop. Melendez reached on a line drive off of Colbreth's own glove and then proceeded to be picked off at first base. So a 1-2-3 inning, no runs, 1 hit, and nobody left on for the Bobcats. Pitching for Bryant Stratton. Arocha, trying to find him. Derek Arocha, sophomore, 5'10" out of Panama. And leading off for the Canes, Nick Labello. Labello playing right field for today in game 1. First pitch skied on the right side. First baseman calls for it as it drifts back into fair territory. So 1 pitch, 1 out. So a pop out to the first baseman. Starts the bottom of the first inning for the Canes by Nick Labello. Tay Costello now, second in the lineup for the Canes. Catcher. First pitch, fly ball into right field, and that'll be 2 pitches, 2 outs for the Canes. So a pop out to the first baseman, a fly out to right field. has the Canes with a quick 2 outs on 2 pitches. Arocha, as mentioned a moment ago, the starting pitcher for the Bobcats out of Panama.
Coming up to bat, Kenny Shadle.
Kenny Shadle, transfer from Georgia Tech, playing third base today. Takes a first pitch breaking ball from Arocha, called strike. Shadle took some reps out in right field in the fall here at Frazier Field, and in the fall ball, Arocha deals fastball inside past the thighs. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Leadoff batters Labello and Costello both pop out, fly out on 2 pitches. Check swing, called strike by the home plate umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big breaking ball. On the 4th pitch to Shadle. James Green on deck. Shadle leads into that and skies it out of play over the top of the Louisburg dugout and clubhouse. Arocha deals just a bit up the top the strike zone. 6'3", 215-pound right-handed redshirt freshman out of Virginia. Connects, high fly ball, right center field, and that's going to be a solo home run for Shadle. He'll get the trip around the bases to start the game off for the Hurricanes with a 2-out home run, deep right center field. First at bat for Shadle. And you hear the celebration from the Canes over in the first base dugout. So a 1-0 ball game now in the bottom of the first inning here at Frazier Field. And a left fielder and left-handed batter, James Green. Big swing and a miss by Green. Green last year in the 2024 season ended off with a .331 batting average toward the top of the leaderboard for the Canes. 29 stolen bases, 11 home runs, and 42 RBIs by the time the season came to an end in early May for the Canes. Huntersville, North Carolina, Cox Mills High School. Sophomore, measuring in at 5'10" and 180 pounds. I don't know. I'm thinking he probably has at least another 10 pounds on him since that sheet. High fastball from Arocha. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Nobody on. 1 run for the Canes after Kenny Shadle lofted one deep into right center field a moment ago. If you didn't see it, rewind the live feed here on YouTube. And Green turns aggressively and puts one way past the fence, but in foul territory over the Canes bullpen, out in deep right field, foul territory. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Arocha deals a fastball that's up, and Green holds off. 2-2. An exciting start here to Game 1 between the Bryant Stratton Bobcats and the Louisburg Hurricanes at Frazier Field. Arocha's next offering fouled off into the backstop. Good crowd. At least 75, possibly 100 folks here for the opening day Game 1 of a doubleheader, back-to-back. Game time postponed this morning a little bit by about an hour's time. Check swing by Green, doesn't get it. And he stays alive for a full count. Rocha now deals, and Green fights it off. Just shy of 20 pitches for Arocha. The Panamanian right-hander. The payoff pitch misses, and Green gets the walk.
Up the bat, Anthony Jones.
First baseman for the Canes, Anthony Jones. First pitch from Arocha, a called strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and a runner on second. James Green with plenty of stolen bases last year. Arocha with a little bit of a breaking ball that touches the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Green goes, and the pitch fouled into the Bobcats' visitor dugout on the third base side. The pickoff, not in time. Green, a real threat on the base path. "29 stolen bases last year for good reason." The pickoff, and he'll get caught in a rundown, and he gets tagged in the middle. So one opportunity there for Anthony Jones will turn into a second one when the Canes come back to bat in the bottom of the second inning. So it'll be Jones, Dunn, and Slowinski. Johnson now the batter for the Bobcats. He's fourth in the lineup, and the first baseman, sporting number 23. One ball, 1 strike on the leadoff batter here in the top of the second inning. Just to be clear, this is Chris Johnson. There are multiple Johnsons on the Bobcats. Chris Johnson, the first baseman, and the fourth batter in the lineup today for Bryant Stratton. Soft bouncer to Anthony Jones at first. And he takes it himself. A unassisted ground ball for the first baseman. Dakota Dahl now at the plate. He's the catcher. Colbreth with the third pitch to Dahl. Now a 2-1 count with one out, nobody on. Top of the second inning. Three-one. And a swing and a miss on a breaking ball from the sophomore Colbreth. The full count, payoff, swing and a miss. Makes it 2. Third strikeout for the sophomore, and Winthrop commit this past fall. Congratulations to Casey and his family and to the Winthrop baseball team acquiring next season a seasoned pitcher on the mound. American Legion State Championship this past summer. And a called strike. Joshua Smith is the batter. Playing left field. Another 1-2-3 inning. Colbreth and the Canes making it look easy here in their opening day, game 1 of a 2-game doubleheader against the Bryant Stratton Bobcats out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. You're watching Hurricanes baseball on the Hurricanes Sports Network. Welcome back to Canes Baseball, here live from behind the backstop and Frazier Field in Louisburg, North Carolina. Arocha on the mound and Anthony Jones with a fly ball of his own to left center field. That's 2 home runs in 2 innings for the Canes. Anthony Jones touching them all. Just out of frame, we're going to hear the celebration. And there it is.
Coming up the bat. Done.
First pitch to the designated hitter for the Canes starting pitcher, Casey Colbreth, is Jace Dunn. Takes a first pitch called strike. Arocha with a breaking ball goes across the opposite batter's box. Third pitch to Dunn, skied out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, and a second run on the board in the bottom of the second inning. If you're just joining us, you missed a home run in the first inning, followed by another home run. A soft ground ball now to the shortstop. And across. That'll make it 1 out for the Canes in the bottom of the second inning. Evans Lewinsky.
Number 6, Evans Lewinsky.
Steps in. Stephen Kreiner on deck behind him. First pitch, a called strike to Slowinski. .337 batting average last season with 7 doubles and 4 home runs for the 5'11" sophomore from Clayton, North Carolina. Graduate of Cleveland High School. Upperclassman this year here at Louisburg. And the shortstop with a big swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on, and that's because Anthony Jones led off the inning with a home run. Arocha's next pitch, another breaking ball. As mentioned, Derek Arocha, hailing from Panama. Couple of players here for the Bobcats that are either Dominican Republic, Panama City. Couple of players from Puerto Rico. Yeah, they have a good mix from the northern and southern hemispheres. Arocha checks his communication device on his wrist and deals, and a fanning strikeout for Slowinski. So 2 outs, nobody on, 1 run on the board.
Number 4, Stephen Kreiner.
Stephen Kreiner, the starting center fielder for the Canes. He ended last season with a very reasonable .297 batting average, 6 home runs, 9 doubles, and 8 stolen bases. 5'11", 175-pound sophomore from Hope Mills, North Carolina. Looks at that second pitch from Arocha. 2-0 count with 2 outs and nobody on. We are in the bottom of the second inning. 2 runs split between the first 2 innings in favor of the Canes. Arocha deals, and a swing and a miss. for Kreiner. Arocha, roughly 25 pitches if the pitch count is correct in Game Changer. If you're following along there as well, check swing, draws the bat back, but does not get called for that. 3-1. Colin Cusack on deck behind Kreiner. Foul ball into the Louisburg side of the grandstands. Steven Kreiner fighting to stay alive in the box with a full count now. 2 outs. And the pitch. Fly ball, right field. And that'll be 3 for the Canes, but not after they put a run on the board in the bottom of the second inning to match their first inning effort. So the Canes will be Cusick, Labello, and Costello when they come back at the bottom of the third. And leading off momentarily for the Bobcats, Smith, Fuller, and Malone. You're watching Canes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. Game time weather presented to you by Murphy Hay and Feed. High of 60 degrees this afternoon here in Louisburg, North Carolina. Just a slight 6% chance of rain throughout the day with about a 63% humidity in the air. Winds easily coming around 8 soft miles per hour out of the north. Overcast. The day started clear skies, but it's still seasonably comfortable from February 1st in the eastern portion of North Carolina. If you're joining us from out of state or even locally, let us know in the live chat. Looks like we got about 69 people right now watching in YouTube. Appreciate your patronage this afternoon as the Canes playing an opening day doubleheader against the Bryant Stratton Bobcats. Casey Colbreth back on the bump for the third inning. A left-hander swing and a miss. Caden Smith for the Bobcats. 1 ball, 1 strike. Designated hitter for the Bobcats. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leadoff batter, top of the third inning. Bobcats trailing by 2 to the Canes. And Colbreth, top of the depth chart for the Canes starting rotation for the 2025 season. Ground ball through the right side of the infield for Caden Smith. Will start the top of the third with a leadoff single. So far, the Bobcats have only had 1 batter reach first base. That was in the top of the first inning, and Colbreth proceeded to pick off Melendez. That was a line drive right back at the pitcher. Almost had it in his glove. deflected off. The pickoff not in time. Colbreth with a very quick move over to first base. Hence Melendez was thrown out. Fuller now at the plate with a runner on first. Single bouncer. And they get the play at second. So the Canes get the leadoff runner. Slowinski to Cusick. 6-4. So Caden Smith forced out at second after reaching on a ground ball on the right side. And he and Fuller now exchange places at first. And the ball's going to get away. An attempted pickoff. And the ball goes out of play on the right side into the batting cages. So that will hold Fuller at second. I take that back. He will be entitled to an extra base to third. So first scoring opportunity for the Bobcats in the top of the third inning. Believe that'll get scored as an E1. The ball was thrown into the dirt before Jones was able to get to it. And Malone gets hit by the pitch. So runners first and third. With one out. Top of the lineup now for the Bobcats. Zapata, he struck out in his first at bat. Soft line drive, diving in right field is Nick Lobello. What a tremendous play by the right fielder, coming in strong and grabs it out of the air just before it touches the ground, comes up throwing and keeps the runners from advancing. So a line out to the right fielder makes it 2 outs. With runners first and third. Top of the third inning, Canes leading by 2 on 2 home runs by Shadle and Jones. Pickoff, not in time. Runner stays at third. I like the confidence there from Colbreth. Threw one away, but he came back, no hesitation. Deals, swing and a miss. And Costello keeps the ball in front of him as the runner advances down to second. So Malone reached on a hit by pitch, advances on defensive indifference. And Bishop at the plate with an 0-1 count. Colbreth and Costello now going to focus on Bishop. Sees if he'll chase as a left-handed batter, and he won't. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. Breaking ball ends up in the middle of the strike zone, but too late according to the home plate umpire. 2-1. Colbreth at about 33 pitches here in the top of the third inning. Pretty good efficiency. He goes outside trying to get Bishop to chase. Corliss Bishop is a freshman out of Nashville, Tennessee, transfer out of Ohio State. And Colbreth comes inside with a breaking ball to even up the count. Well, take that back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Loads up the count. The payoff pitch. Ground ball. Runner hits it, and he's going to be out. On a technicality there. So Colbreth and the Canes able to get out of trouble. 2 runners left on. Melendez will come back for his second at bat in the next top of the fourth inning, followed by Jones and Dahl. And right now, though, coming up to the plate for the Canes, bottom of the lineup, Colin Cusick, followed by Nick Lobello and Tay Costello. You're watching Canes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. Welcome back to Louisburg Baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network. Here live from behind the backstop on YouTube. Colin Cusick, the second baseman, making his first trip to the plate, and the 9-hole for the Canes. Derek Arocha on the mound after 2 innings. He's given up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and a strikeout. And Cusick, a third home run for the 3rd inning in a row by the Canes. Cusick joins Shadle, Jones, and now Cusick. And the celebratory boom as Cusick joins his teammates back in the dugout. Derek Arocha having given up 3 hits, all of which have been home runs. We saw Nick Lobello in the fall over at Mount Olive while his parents were attending. Finding one deep, the first pitch from Arocha, called strike. Fly ball, center field, and Lobello's going to fly out.
Now, coming up to bat, number 13, Tay Costello.
So a leadoff home run by Cusick, followed by a fly out by Lobello, and Tay Costello now steps in. He flied out in the bottom of the 1st inning to the right fielder. Seeing roughly 68, 70 people in the live stream right now. Thanks for joining us. Daryl Shadle, Anita Calloway, and Tracy Malone checking in from around the country. If you're watching us, let us know where you're hailing from, who you're here in support of, whether it's the Hurricanes, the Bobcats, or you're just a junior college baseball fan yourself. Arocha on the mound deals the 1-1 to the Canes catcher. Misses low and away. 2-1 count. Arocha in his third inning is closing in on 45 pitches. He deals another breaking ball, finds the strike zone. 2-2 with one out, nobody on. 3 solo home runs by the Canes in the first, second, and now the third innings here at Frazier Field in Louisburg, North Carolina. Derek Arocha puts up another offering and fills up the count. 3-2. Arocha checks his communicator on his wrist. Take Costello. Long line drive. Center fielder's backing up, and he'll be on the warning track for a fly out. So Costello now has had a fly out to the right fielder, now the center fielder. Let's hope he can find some green in between those outfilders, but he's been hitting the ball long. And the third baseman with a leadoff, well, not leadoff, but with a home run in the first inning that has spawned 2 more. 1 out, nobody on. 1 run here on the board in the bottom of the third. A breaking ball from Arocha inside does not get the strike zone. Arocha has only had 1 strikeout on 11 batters. Shadle holds back, but gets an 0-2 count. Turns in. Oh, I take that back. Might be a 1-2 count. Arocha deals. Big swing and a miss. So the second strikeout, rather, for Arocha. When the Canes come back up, it'll be Green, Jones, and Dunn. With the Bobcats coming up, we'll be seeing Melendez, Johnson, and Dahl. Thanks for joining us on the Louisburg Sports Network. This is Canes Baseball, coming to you live from behind the backstop in the broadcast booth at Frazier Field in Louisburg, North Carolina. National Junior College Athletic Association Baseball, Region 10. And Division II teams. Line drive to Shadle. There's a quick 1 out on 1 pitch. Johnson, a soft ground ball up the middle. Dakota Dahl now in his second at-bat of the game. He struck out in his first appearance in the second inning. 1 out and a runner on first. Colbreth deals with the quick delivery. Colbreth at about 41 pitches here in the top of the fourth inning. Quick pickoff to first, not in time. Chris Johnson, the first baseman, over at first base as a runner. And Dakota Dahl is going to draw a walk. Coach Blake Herring comes out to try to break a little bit of whatever rhythm the Bobcats have been able to obtain. Joshua Smith steps in. He had a fly out to the first baseman, Anthony Jones, in his first appearance in the second inning. Colbreth low and away across the opposite batter's box. A 1-0 count with 1 out and 2 on. Chris Johnson on second, Dakota Dahl on first, and Joshua Smith at the plate. Colbreth again, low and away. Colbreth with 58 strikeouts last season, 4.34 ERA. And the breaking ball gets Joshua Smith to swing. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and 2 on. Canes leading by 3 with 3 solo home runs in the bottom of each inning. (3-1). And a swing and a miss. Fills up the count. Canes corners playing about even on the infield. Middle infield at a 1-out depth. Johnson goes, throw down, and he gets tagged. I'm thinking that was a full count, so Canes kind of lost track of the threat of a steal. So bases loaded, 1-out situation, 2 walks in a row. Colbreth with 1 out. Canes looking for the infield force. Costello will be on high alert for the throw coming back from the infield. Shadle is in on the left side. Jones playing just behind the base path at first, whilst Lewinsky and Cusick short in second. Looking to turn 2 with 1 out. Caden Smith, designated hitter. Got a ground ball through the right side in his first at-bat in the second inning. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out. Take that back. It's 3-1. Game changer updating a little bit slow. And the breaking ball. Outside in. Finds a strike zone to fill it up. A little bit of action out in the Canes bullpen. Not familiar enough to know, looking through the batting turtle, who that is. And unfortunately loses Caden Smith as well to a walk, and that brings in a run. So Chris Johnson crosses the plate for the first run. Dakota Dahl now at third, and Caden Smith at first with Joshua Smith at second. In the box is Fuller. Fulcher, pardon me. Brendan Fulcher, out of Gaston College transfer, Oak Brook, North Carolina. Swing and a miss. Two outs now with the bases loaded. One run was walked in a moment ago. Fulcher makes it 2, and the bottom of the lineup is Malone. First pitch, a called strike. Swing and a miss. Colbreth. Goes back to the dugout with the Canes. One run, one hit. Bases left loaded after the top of the fourth inning. Coming up for the Canes, Green, Jones, and Dunn. Colbert puts 5 strikeouts in the book after 4 innings, gives up 3 walks, 1 RBI, and 3 hits against 14 batters. The Canes, whoops.
Now, coming up the bat, number 42,
Canes by comparison have put up 3 runs on 3 home runs. And James Green now steps back into the box for the second time. First pitch called strike. Green walked in his first at bat and then was picked off in a rundown. That might be the wrong way to say it. He was caught in a rundown. Swing and a miss after the foul ball. So a called strike, a foul ball, and a swing and a miss. 3 pitches. Arocha still on the mound.
number 10, Anthony Jones.
Jones with the solo home run in his first at bat in the second inning. Arocha at a mid-50s for pitching count right now. Bounces that off the dirt in front of home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2-run game after 3.5 innings. Second batter here in the 4th inning. Very animated third strike looking call, so a backward K in the book.
Now,
Jones.
coming up the bat, number 32, Jace Dunn.
Dunn's grounded out. Jace Dunn grounded out as a designated hitter in his first at bat. 6-3. Check swing on a breaking ball. Gets a called strike anyway. Check swing. Grounder to the first base. A 3-1 is going to make it 3. So the Canes go 1, 2, 3 in order. Green, Jones, and Dunn. And when they come back to the plate, Slowinski, Kreiner, and Cusick. Welcome back to Canes Baseball. Leadoff batter grounds out into a 6-3. And that was Ben Malone. Top of the order now for the Bobcats. Zapata. Nelson Zapata. He is struck out and lined out. Harrison Lombardi on the mound now as the first relieving pitcher behind Casey Colbreth. Soft ground ball to Shadle at third. It's not going to be enough, and Zapata is going to beat out the throw to first. Corliss Bishop. Fly ball. On the run is Kreiner, and he'll make the catch just in front of the warning track as he's heading toward right center field. So a fly out to number 8 for Bishop. Well, to the 8 position if you're in the scorebook. So 2 outs, a 6-3 to lead off the top of the 5th inning, followed by a base hit, and now a fly out. 2 out, 1 on. Melendez, the shortstop, and the runner goes. Hit and run action. Fly ball out to right field. Nick Labello backing up. And he makes the one-handed grab. So the Bobcats go 1-2, skip a base hit to 3 outs. And when they return, it will be Johnson, Dahl, and Smith. Roughly 75 people in the live stream checking in from all points around the state and the country. Cary, North Carolina, Trap Hill, Jacksonville, and Nashville, Tennessee. Thanks for joining us here on the Louisburg Sports Network, live from behind the backstop on YouTube. You're watching Louisburg baseball, Louisburg College baseball. Derek Arocha for the Bobcats, making his 5th inning appearance here in the first game of a 2-game doubleheader. 3 games set. The rubber match to be played tomorrow at Bryant Stratton in Virginia Beach, Virginia. First pitch to Evan Slowinski, a called strike. Canes leading by 2 after 4. We're in the middle of the 5th, so should be a 0 on the board for the 5th inning here in the stadium. Slowinski leads off, Kreiner and Cusick behind him. Slowinski struck out in his first at-bat in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Arocha on the mound. Velocity is significantly slowed down. A breaking ball is going to draw a walk for Slowinski.
Coming up the bat, number 4, Steven Kreiner.
Arocha at about 65 pitches on the pitch count. Slowinski on first. Kreiner at the plate. No outs. A little late and under it. Fouls it off into the backstop netting. Maria Pagnato, welcome to the live stream, ma'am. Watching from New York City. Appreciate your attendance. Slowinski almost got caught leaning as Arocha kind of slowly turned and threw over to first. He was able to collapse and fall down onto the first base. Chris Johnson, the first baseman over there, keeping Evan Slowinski honest. Arocha, Derek Arocha, makes another try, and his next offering to Kreiner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Malone and Melendez on the left side of the infield, Fulcher and Johnson on the right. Dahl behind the plate. Arocha still on the mound. Across the outfield for the Bobcats, Smith, Quarles, and Zapata. Nine-inning game here in Game 1. I believe, been told it will be a 7-inning game in Game 2. Not sure if that's standard. Runner goes, and Kreiner fouls off the next pitch. 2-2 count with no outs and runner on first. Bottom of the 5th inning, if you're just joining us. We've had a variety of different situations play out, but most notably have been the 3 solo home runs by the Canes. One after another, bottom of the 1st, bottom of the 2nd, and bottom of the 3rd. All solo home runs. Kenny Shadle started it off in the 1st, followed by Anthony Jones in the 2nd, and then Colin Cusick in the 3rd. So the Canes getting the season started early with the long ball. Swing and a miss as Kreiner's back foot slips out. That'll be a swing and a miss. And here comes the owner of the 3rd home run in today's game, Colin Cusick, playing second base. Not too much action for the second baseman defensively just yet. In today's game, the first pitch fouled out of play behind the clubhouse. 51 game scheduled season for 2025. We'll see how the weather fares, and whether or not that all 57 get played. Just as a comparison overall throughout last year, the Canes played 56 games. That included postseason play, whereas the Bobcats played 47 overall. The throw down to second. Kreiner's going to slide just around the back of it. Melendez, a little bit in disbelief, felt he had the tag clearly in front of the bag, but the only thing I can imagine there is Slowinski was able to go around the right side. As every good head coach is going to do, he'll ask, that is Paul Batigliero, ask the field umpire what exactly did he witness out there, because it looked fairly straightforward as a throw down that was ahead of the runner. But I saw the field umpire, he was set up pretty solid and just staring straight at the play. Obviously that won't be overturned, but at least Coach Batigliero will have some peace of mind to understand what his vantage point couldn't detect. Slowinski with a stolen base. Dakota Dahl with the block. Giving you some stats from last season, the Canes finished 34-22, whereas the Bobcats finished 30-17. Those are overall records. In the division, Canes, and a hard ground ball past the third baseman, Ben Malone, and Slowinski will score on a 1 RBI double for Colin Cusick. As mentioning, the Canes during the regular conference divisional series, 25-10 versus the Bobcats at 21-11. Canes were only 5 games back of the Dolphins, the Brunswick Dolphins, who went on to the championship for Region 10. Bobcats were 8 games back after all was said and done last season. Right now, it looks like Coach Batigliero is going to make a pitching change for the starter, Arocha. So it looks like Cooksey will be the pitcher that will relieve Arocha. And Derek Arocha went 4 1/3 inning, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Oh, I take that back. Yep, that was correct. So Cooksey, Arocha. Clayton Cooksey, the first relieving pitcher, is a freshman out of Merritt Island, Florida. Rockledge High School, 6'3", right-handed pitcher, wearing number 16. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube, Louisburg Sports Network. Bringing you the action live from behind the backstop in the broadcast booth. My name is Bill. Roughly 75 to 80 people currently tuning in. This is game one. Stay tuned. We'll be coming back with game two, a doubleheader today and a 3-game set for the weekend. Rubber match tomorrow in Virginia Beach. In Virginia Beach, but we will not be broadcasting on the road games. And Nick Labello steps in. First batter to see Clayton Cooksey, a ground ball on the left side, backhanded by Melendez. And Labello runs out the throw at first for an infield ground ball. Base hit.
Up to bat, number 13, Iowa Costello.
Costello with 2 flyouts to his name in this first game. Popped up to the first baseman and a fly out to the right fielder. Oh, take that back. Yeah, no, fly out to the right fielder and then fly out to the center fielder. My mistake. Labello on first. Cusick on third, and Labello will go on defensive indifference, a called strike. One ball, one strike, one out. Runners second and third. 1 run scored on a 1 RBI double by Colin Cusick. Evan Slowinski, who had been walked, got pushed in on the base hit down the left field line. Hard hit pass to Ben Malone at third. Clayton Cooksey on the bump. Breaking ball hit hard up the middle. Melendez spins around on a 6-3. A little bit of a give back by the field umpire, according to the fans here at Frazier Field. That was an excellent play by Melendez at short. Diving to his glove side, spins around and comes up with it throwing over to Johnson at first. So a 6-3. But Costello will get the RBI on a sac ground ball. Costello with 26 RBIs last season. Big contributor in his freshman year here for the Canes. Clearly will be again for his sophomore year. Kenny Shadle steps in with 1 out and a runner in scoring position. 2 outs, rather, I'm sorry, and a runner in scoring position. Home run and a strikeout so far in the game for Shadle. Got caught swinging on a breaking ball in his last at-bat. Clayton Cooksey starts off Shadle with a strike. 2 out and a runner on. High fastball on the hands and Shadle holds off. Mark Delavecchia watching from Plantsville, Connecticut. Thank you, sir. All are welcome in the live stream. Alex McWilliams on behalf of Harrison, watching out of Raleigh. A 2-ball, 1 count, 2 out count right now. And Kenny Shadle, the Virginia transfer from Georgia Tech, playing third base today in the opening day game 1. Clayton Cooksey deals outside, just through that narrow passage between the opposite batter's box and the space that's not quite over the plate. As the Carnies would say, close but no cigar. 3-1. Shadle draws the walk, and that'll be a first and third situation now for the Canes here in the 5th inning.
Come on, James.
Coming up to bat, number 42, James Green.
So 2 runs scored so far here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Canes. That goes on top of the 3 solo home runs that they put on the board in the first, second, and third innings. And James Green with a foul tip into the glove of Dakota Dahl. Shadle over at first and LaBello at third. Big breaking ball, drops in for a second strike. Kenny Shadle, 6'3", 215. Hard to say this at 6'3" and 215, but a mini judge by comparison. Ground ball, foul by Chris Johnson, blocking it just into that section of the base path for rounding first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners first and second. Nick LaBello beating out an infield ground ball with an RBI. A 2-run inning here in the bottom of the 5th. Thanks for joining us. About 80 people. And James Green fouls that one off into the backstop. Amanda Johnson watching from Clayton. Thanks for joining us, ma'am. Kevin Gauze out of Wilmington. Welcome back. Maria Pagano, I think I mentioned you earlier, and Brittany Fuller-Lohman from Nashville, Tennessee, on behalf of Quarles family. And I think you straightened out my question about Bishop's name in the book, trying to determine did they have it backwards or not. So it's Bishop Quarles. Thank you. Bottom of the 5th inning at Frazier Field, Louisburg College, North Carolina. Clayton Cooksey gets James Green to pop up on the left side in foul territory, floating just back in. I think that actually was fair. So a fly out to the third baseman will strand 2 runners here in the bottom of the 5th inning. You're watching Canes baseball on the Louisburg Sports Network, live from behind the backstop. When the Canes come back to bat in the 6th, it'll be Jones, Dunn, and Slowinski. Due up now for the Bobcats, Dahl Joshua Smith and then Caden Smith, the DH, on the mound for the second inning this first game of a two-game doubleheader. Harrison Lombardi. He pitched the fourth inning as the first reliever to Casey Colbreth. Lombardi gave up one hit in his first inning of relief. Was able to get the third baseman Ben Malone to ground out into a 6-3, followed by a fly out by Bishop Quarles, and then a fly out by Melendez. Canes working together in the fifth inning as a team. Here in the top of the sixth, we'll see what the middle of the order can do. Dakota Dahl, Joshua Smith, Caden Smith for the Bobcats. Leading 5-1 after 5 innings. Starting the top of the sixth inning at Frazier Field. Harrison Lombardi on the bump. Well struck on the left side. 6-3 starts it off. Slowinski to Jones. Gets Dakota Dahl. Joshua Smith is flied out to the first baseman, Jones, in his first at-bat in the second inning, followed by a walk in the fourth. He's 0 for 1. Line drive right over the glove of Lombardi. Oh, he'll pick up a base hit.
Hey, shut out, on runner.
Caden Smith now the DH. Reached in the third and fourth innings on a base hit to right field, followed by a walk. Joshua Smith takes off. Costello with the throw, and Slowinski just can't keep it in his glove as he's colliding with the runner. Aggressive play by both sides. And Joshua Smith comes up with a stolen base. Great throw by the sophomore catcher for the Canes. Fly ball, left field. James Green backs up 2 steps, makes the catch. Will fly out. 7. Lombardi at 12 pitches in his second inning of relief now with 2 outs. Well, take that back. 13 on that fly out, line out to Green in left field. Just a recap of the defense for the Canes. Green, Kreiner, and Labello across the outfield. Shadle, Slowinski, Cusick, and Jones on the infield with Costello behind the plate. Colbreth started. Lombardi has relieved. And we're currently in the 6th inning with 2 outs and a runner on second for the Bobcats. Brendan Fulcher shows the bunt and draws it back. Lombardi was a shirted sophomore from last year, so no stats really to provide. Saw he was given some acknowledgement from one of the junior college baseball social media accounts as a player to watch for the season. Called strike, 1-1. 2 outs and a runner on second. Lombardi deals. Breaking ball goes outside. 2 balls, 1 strike on the board. 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 with 2 outs. Colin Cusick bouncing back and forth to second for coverage. Lombardi comes back in with a breaking ball and gets a called strike to double up the 2-2 count with 2 outs. Joshua Smith down on second for the Bobcats with Brendan Fulcher, the second baseman for the Bobcats, at the plate. Lombardi deals. Fastball up around the hands. Fulcher grounded into a fielder's choice, on fielder's choice, and struck out in his last plate appearance. Full count payoff pitch here from Lombardi with 2 outs. Skied into right field. Calling for it is Nick Labello and a can of corn. Canes hold off the Bobcats for another inning, with Nick Labello doing the honors, towing the slab in the middle innings. Canes bring Jones, Dunn, and Slewinski to the plate here in a moment, and when the Bobcats come back, it'll be Malone, Zapata, and Corliss. Clayton Cooksey back on the bump for the Bobcats. He pitched 2/3 of an inning, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. In the bottom of the 5th inning, we're just about to conclude the middle of 6, and we'll start the bottom with Anthony Jones, the first baseman for the Hurricanes. Second pitch from Cooksey to Jones, foul ball, so a 1-1 count on the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 6th inning at Frazier Field. Anthony Jones with a home run and a strikeout looking in his first 2 at-bats. starts us off in the 6th. A big, slow breaking ball, 12-6 by the 6'3" freshman out of Rockledge High School in Merritt Island, Florida, Clayton Cooksey. The 1-2. Lined up the middle. Anthony Jones starts off the inning with a base hit.
Now batting, number 32, Jace Jones.
Designated hitter for today's pitchers, Jace Dunn with a 6-3 and a 3-1 ground out in his first 2 at-bats. Anthony Jones with a late secondary lead. First pitch to Dunn. Not quite a strike. Dunn skies the next offering, well out of play. Got a good crowd both online and here in the stadium. Had upwards of 80 people that have been watching Game 1 of the 2025 opening day season. Probably say we have at least that many here in the stands. Off-speed pitch. Dunn has to slow it down and put the brakes on. Fouls that one off into the net. Nate Norris, former Cane from the mid-'80s. Coach Frazier was right outside the booth here for a bit, but I think he might have stepped away. It's getting a little cool. Swing and a miss for Jace Dunn. Thanks for joining us, though, sir. Always great to have the former players following along. Do our best to entertain you here from the broadcast booth. Craig Montour checking in from Washington State. And Amanda Johnson from Clayton, North Carolina. Thank you, everybody, for following along. Feel free to share the link for today's game, the first pitch. To Evan Slowinski. Just above the brim. Pass ball, and Anthony Jones is going to make his way down to second. Jones with the big stick went long in the second inning, excuse me. Kenny Shado went to right center. Anthony Jones went to left center. And Clayton Cooksey deals the next pitch outside. 3 balls, 1 out and a runner on second. We are in the 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th at Frazier Field in Louisburg, North Carolina. Overcast skies. The temperatures were forecasted to reach 60 today, but I'm going to say those are drawing back into the mid or low 50s at this point. Slowinski draws the walk.
Now batting, number 4, Stephen Kreiner.
Kreiner with a fly out to the right fielder in his first at-bat and then struck out in his second in the 5th. He now has runners on first and second with 1 out. Takes a first pitch called strike. Cooksey deals. Kreiner pokes it into right center. That is going to be over. That'll be a 4th home run for the Hurricanes. Steven Kreiner with a 3 RBI home run here in the bottom of the 6th inning at Frazier Field. And there you heard it, folks. The celebratory boom by the dugout as Kreiner makes his way back in with a 3 RBI home run.
Now batting, number 1, Colin Houston.
One ball, one strike, one out, and a runner on first. Nick Lobello at the plate. And Clayton Cooksey repeatedly going after Colin Cusick over at first. Steven Kreiner cleared the bases with 2 on for a 3 RBI home run. Cooksey deals Lobello with a big swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out and a runner on. Fly ball, left field. That'll drop in. It'll be at least a 1 RBI double for Nick Lobello. So a run scores on a long fly ball down the left field line for the right fielder, Labello. Cusick scores from first.
Now batting, number 13, Tewa Costello.
Two flyouts and an RBI infield sac ground ball by the catcher, Costello. One out, one on. Bottom of the sixth inning. Seemed to Canes coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning here at Frazier Field, Louisburg, North Carolina, home to the Louisburg College Hurricanes. On the Louisburg Sports Network, we're live from behind the backstop in the broadcast booth. My name is Bill. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Alex McWilliams, Mark Delvecchia, Amanda Johnson, Carlos Pimentel, Nate Norris, Michelle Adams, and Jacqueline Marlette. Thank you all for joining us. I know there's a lot more out there. We're almost back up into the 70s with our viewer count on YouTube. And the first pitch to Kenny Shadle, a called strike. Shadle, the third baseman for the Canes in Game 1 on opening day, will have a second game on a different live stream link, so look for this to change on the YouTube channel. We'll be putting up another thumbnail in between. We'll hopefully get a little bit of a time to regroup. Clayton Cooksey in his third offering to Kenny Shadle. Doesn't quite get it into the glove of Dakota Dahl. Shadle 1 for 2. He's part of the quorum of Hurricanes who hit home runs today. And Shadle gets caught looking for the first out. James Green now coming up with Anthony Jones in the on-deck circle behind him. Green with a walk, a strikeout, and a flyout. Left-handed batter and outfielder.
42, James Green.
James Green with the commit in the offseason to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff along with Teo Costello. So teammates going to be riding the bus out to the Midwest together. Little blooper back to the pitcher, and the throw over to first will be in time. So a 1-3 gets Green for 2 outs. Anthony Jones with a home run and a strikeout and a single to his credit so far. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 7th. Not sure. I guess we have an audio issue. Thank you, Mark, for bringing that to my attention. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm standing right in front of the broadcast computer, and that's not how we want to do things. See if we can't get this corrected for you, but in the meantime, I'll do my best to at least keep you informed as to what's going on. Well, not sure if you're hearing me through my headset or through the computer itself in the room. Trying to do our best, though, to give you what we can. Yep, I think we have it fixed now. Apologies. Definitely lost our field audio, and maybe we'll get that straightened out for you before the start of the second game. First game today, 9 innings scheduled, and 7 for game 2. Joshua Smith at the plate. So help me out, fellows, in the broadcast booth. Dakota Dahl I had as the first batter of the inning. Did he not? Or is this the first batter? Okay, I guess my records are wrong. A line drive to a diving Steven Kreiner out in center field. 2 diving catches so far today. Nick Lobello on right, and just now, if you saw it, Steven Kreiner. Little speck on the screen, I know. I'm sorry. I wish we could have a full broadcast coverage for you for video. So Joshua Smith with a line out to center field. Ground ball through the right side for Caden Smith. So 2 hits for Smith into right field today. And I think we have a sub in the lineup now for the Bobcats. See if I have jersey numbers I can go by. Number 34, Elias Hicks, left-handed hitting first baseman and pitcher out of St. John's, Florida, Combine Academy, 6'1" freshman. Takes a deep breath as he steps in to the far side batter's box. He is coming in for Brendan Fulcher. Fielder's choice to second base. Apparently not in time. Harrison Lombardi still on the mound for the Canes, 38 pitches. Ben Malone, the third baseman, comes up to the plate for his 4th at-bat. In his first trip, he was hit by a pitch, then grounded into a 6-3, and then a 1-3. Getting all sorts of signals from the home plate umpire, not sure. But I have Ben Malone coming to the plate. Hopefully I'm correct. Smith on second. Bueno. As a pinch runner. Jay Bueno popped up out of play. It's going to come down probably on the clubhouse. Nope. Further out of play. So Jay Bueno, a courtesy runner, pinch runner, is out at first base for Hicks. And Malone at first. Lombardi deals his 41st pitch. Is a strike. However, the throw from Costello down to Anthony Jones goes all the way out to right field, and a run will score. All right, trying to sort out the scorebook for everybody. And it looks like Malone is going to reach. He was hit by pitch. Second time today for Malone. Back to the top of the order, Nelson Zapata with a strikeout, a line out, a hit, and a home run. And the throw down to second, still not in time, according to the field umpire. Line drive up the middle, diving again is Kreiner, and not able to hold on to it. So the Bobcats come up with a RBI single, just falls in front of Kreiner. He really made a great effort to try to come up with that. So Bueno will score. He was the courtesy runner for Hicks, who was a sub for Fulcher. And Malone will end up at second while Zapata reaches first on an RBI single. Almost the second out of the inning, but almost is only good with horseshoes and hand grenades. Mound visit by Coach Herring. Hopefully breaks up the momentum that the Bobcats have put together here in the top of the eighth inning with 2 runs having scored. A 9-2 game at the start of the inning now has become 9-4. A little bit of activity in the bullpen for the Canes. Not quite sure. We got the batting turtle in the way, a couple layers of netting. And I did not bring my binoculars in from the car. Pitch from Lombardi, a called strike. Bishop Quarles, I'm sorry, I'm going to just twist up his name the entirety of the day. Takes a called strike, the center fielder for the Bobcats. No balls, 1 strike, and a breaking ball on the outside. The throw down to third, and the tag in time. Shadle, good timing with Costello's throw right in front of the bag. And gets Malone into a force. Well, not a force, but an attempted steal. So 2 outs, gets the lead runner. Zapata will advance to second. And Bishop Corliss fouls off the next pitch. A little bit of a moving pitch from Lombardi. One ball, 2 strikes. With 2 outs and a runner on second. High fly ball out of play down the left field side. Going to hit the bank where the football team practices. The hillside over there, the practice field. If you're familiar with the facilities here, inside, Costello with a nice sliding block. Keeps it right in front of him. Nelson Zapata on second. Bishop Corliss at the plate. The pitch. It's a battle. Fouled off. 2-2. With 2 out and 1 on. Top of the 8th inning at Frazier Field in Louisburg, North Carolina. Overcast skies, probably 50 degrees, 60-something% humidity. It's comfortable, but it's cool. Harrison Lombardi on the bump for the Canes. The breaking ball low and away from the left-handed batter. Bishop Corliss. Corliss 1 for 4. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Gets him. So Harrison Lombardi and the Canes get back to the dugout for the middle of the 8th. And it will be Jones, Dunn, and Slewinski right after the break. Welcome back to Louisburg College baseball as the Hurricanes take on the Bobcats of Bryant Stratton, Virginia Beach. Opening day, game 1 of a 2-game doubleheader, followed by the rubber match tomorrow. So a 3-game set to start off the season for both organizations. Coach Blake Herring and Coach Paul Batigliero for the Bobcats both in their 10th seasons as head coaches for their respective programs, making it a repeat from last year to open up their seasons together. At the plate right now to start off the bottom of the 8th inning for the Canes, first baseman Anthony Jones. Well, mine shows now, Game Changer shows Jace Dunn. My apologies. Totally losing track of the game by the book. Soft grounder to the third baseman. And Ben Malone will not be able to come up with it. Jace Dunn will reach on an E5.
Now batting, number 6, Evan Slowinski.
First pitch to Slowinski, fouled out of play. Clayton Cooksey deals a strike to Evan Slowinski. An 0-2 count, no outs, and a runner on first. Jace Dunn, the DH in Game 1. Cooksey bounces a breaking ball off of Dakota Dahl, and Jace Dunn will advance to second on a pass ball. Fly ball, right field. Nelson Zapata, foul territory, comes up with it. Jace Dunn tags and reaches third on a sac fly. Big throw from Zapata and deep right field. Drew some ooze out of the crowd in the dugout. Steven Kreiner with a 3 RBI home run in his last at-bat. 1 for 3. Pops this one up high in shallow center field. Oncoming is Bishop Quarles. He gets under it. And Jace Dunn does not tag as Quarles hits the catcher just in front of home plate in the air from center field. Big arms in the outfield for the Bobcats. So Kreiner with a fly out for the second out has Jace Dunn anxiously out on third base, hoping that Colin Cusick, the second baseman, who's 3 for 3, can get him in. Soft breaking ball from Clayton Cooksey gets a called strike on the first offering. About 73 people. If you haven't chimed in on the live chat, let us know where you're watching from. If you're here for the Canes or the Bobcats, or you just like Region 10 JUCO baseball, skied left side in the bullpen for the Bobcats, but too far for Joshua Smith, the left fielder, or the left side of the infield to get to it. Lots of runway to go there, but just not enough hang time. Kusick with an 0-2 count now. 2 outs, and Jace Dunn on third. Clayton Cooksey at about 63 pitches as the first reliever here in Game 1. Breaking ball bounces, and Kusick does not go for it. Light blue New Balance cleats for the second baseman. Maybe I should call those powder blue. Baby blue, sky blue. Definitely no Colin now. Carolina blue, pardon me. A New Yorker at heart. Two with 2 out and a runner on third base, scoring position. Canes leading by 5 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cooksey gets him on the screwball. Should the Canes need to come up again, it'll be right to the top of the order. Labello, Costello, and Shadle, Kenny Shadle. But with the 5 runs separating the Canes from the Bobcats, I have Diego Melendez, Chris Johnson, and Dakota Dahl coming up for the Bobcats. Start the top of the 9th. Louisburg College baseball, home to the Hurricanes here at Frazier Field, far end of West College Street in Louisburg, North Carolina. I would be remiss if I didn't advise everybody of the official sponsors of the Louisburg Hurricane baseball team for the 2025 season. Johnny's Barbecue in Louisburg, North Carolina, offering authentic Eastern North Carolina whole food, whole hog barbecue. Dine-in, takeout, and catering available. Mangum Insurance Agency, offering the highest level of customer service and products for each and every situation. Spivey Carpentry and Johnson & Lamb, along with Murphy Hay and Feed, serving and feeding communities, farms, families for more than 30 years. Maddox Cabbage now, second reliever here in Game 1 of a doubleheader. Diego Melendez, the shortstop, chops at the first pitch. Shadle collects it, fires it over. 1 pitch, 1 out. 5-3 to start the inning. Chris Johnson and Dakota Dahl on deck. Just to let everybody know, this copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Louisburg College baseball team may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, while the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Louisburg College. Maddox Cabbage with the first pitch. To the first baseman, Chris Johnson. Fast, but outside. Second offering pops off the glove of Costello. A foul ball and a called strike on Chris Johnson. Should be a 2-2 count with one out. Nobody on. Cabbage deals a breaking ball. Swing and a miss. And Maddox Cabbage picks up his first K in the book for the season. Dakota Dahl over 3. Over the top of a breaking ball, 1-1 with 2 outs and nobody on. Dahl apparently didn't like the look of it, but the umpire did. 1-2, 2 out, nobody on. Top of the 9th inning. And the Canes with a 5-run lead. Cabbage comes set, kicks and deals. Just misses a little outside. Breaking ball, low. Payoff pitch from Maddox Cabbage. Swing and a miss. The Louisburg Hurricanes put their first W in the book with an opening day Game 1 win. In the first of 2 here at Frazier Field. So Louisburg takes Game 1 by 5 runs after 8.5 innings. Opening 4-inning appearance by Casey Colbrith with 64 pitches, 37 strikes, giving up 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts for the sophomore. And then Harrison Lombardi comes in, puts up another 4 innings of his own, having 1 strikeout, giving up 3 runs, and then Maddox Cabbage with the 1-inning closer shut down with 2 strikeouts, holding off the Bobcats in Game 1. Coming to you live from behind the backstop here at Frazier Field on the Louisburg Sports Network. We'll be back shortly with Game 2 on a separate thumbnail. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in a little bit on the turn.